Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's finally October. Yes, spooky season has started. All the ghosties are out, pumpkins are about. Kind of random. But aside from all that fun stuff, October is also nationally recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I wanted to open up a small discussion on that topic because as a woman, I think it's important, and I don't know, just to shed some light and maybe as a friendly reminder to take care of your girls. And by girls, I mean, you know. So I'm going to be looking up and down. I do have some notes that I have written down. I haven't memorized it. I wish I had, probably look a little bit more better on camera. But yeah, here we go. Let's get into it. So spreading awareness is very important. The more educated we are, the better prepared we are to take action if needed. That being said, I do want to put a disclaimer out there that I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse practitioner, I am not a physician assistant, I am not a registered nurse, I am not a certified nurse assistant. I have no clinical healthcare experience. I am a non-clinical employee that works in a hospital setting. And that being said, as well, bringing awareness and education to my community, to fellow women, is very important to me. I think it should be important to everybody, to take better care of our bodies, to be aware of our bodies and any possible changes it might be going through, to have discussions with our primary care physicians and our healthcare teams to help us, you know, like, to help us learn about the changes going on in our bodies and things like that. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Any questions or concerns that this video may bring up, please, about the topic of breast cancer, please take those questions to your primary care physician or whoever your health team is. They would be able to answer you way better than I can. All information I'm about to share with you, I did get it off the American Cancer Society webpage and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention page. I'll go ahead and link them down below. American Cancer Society actually had a bunch of resources that I thought was interesting, a bunch of information. I strongly encourage you to do your own research, to ask your own questions to your healthcare team. The more you know, the better for you. So breast cancer is a disease in which cells in the breasts grow out of control. It's most commonly found in women and very rarely found in men. On the CDC website, it did say that there are several types of breast cancer, and the most common being invasive ductal carcinoma and invasive lobular carcinoma. There are different screening tests to detect breast cancer. There are mammograms, breast MRIs, clinical breast exams, and self-breast exams. So I've heard, personally, me growing up, I've heard this for years, that by the age of 40 you should start getting mammograms annually. From 40 to the rest of your life, get a mammogram. I've also heard, I could be wrong, which once again I encourage you to do your own research, that if you do have a history of breast cancer, or if women in your family have gotten breast cancer at early stages in their life, earlier than the age of 40, talk to your primary care physician on what tests would be best for you. They might want to start testing you early for it to, you know, prevent or catch early symptoms in case you might have it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Once again, I'm going to encourage you throughout this video, whatever questions this may bring up, please take it to your primary care physician. It is so important, ladies. Besides all those things, breast examination is so important. You can start that at a very early age. The earlier, the better, I think. I remember watching a breast self-examination video in middle school, and that didn't really stick to me then until I went to a breast cancer gala where they were honoring survivors and things like that, and they had silicone breasts that you felt, and you got to feel a healthy breast, and you got to feel one that had like lumps and tumors and stuff, like, or like cancerous lumps in it, and it was insane how hard those little cancer cells were, and that really stuck to me. And after that, that's kind of when I started taking it a little bit more seriously. I could take it a little bit more seriously, and by that I mean I do try to do self-breast examinations as often as I can, but I don't do it once a month. I'll do it once every 2 months, every 3 months. But it's really important because nobody's gonna know your breasts better than you, and if you check them on a monthly basis, you'll know when something's off. I strongly believe. I mean, if you feel any like changes or anything like that. And I'll go ahead and find a self-breast examination video, and I'll link it down below so you guys can go ahead and check those out as well. I also encourage you to go to your primary care physician and ask him or her tips and techniques on how to do better breast self-examinations on yourself. So the American Cancer Society listed symptoms and changes your breasts can possibly go through if you do get breast cancer. I'm going to be looking up and down from my notes up back to the camera, so forgive me for that. So even though I'm encouraging you to really do self-breast examinations, it is not a substitute for screening mammograms and other tests, which can help find breast cancer in its early stages even before symptoms appear. Once again, if you're below the age of 40, have that conversation with your primary care physician to see what's best for you. So on the American Cancer Society, some common symptoms that they listed can be a lump in the breast. It is the most common and often hard and painless, though some can be painful. Not all lumps are cancerous, though there are a number of benign breast conditions like cysts that can also cause lumps. Still, if you feel something, notify your primary care physician immediately. Swelling in or around your breast, collarbone, or the armpit. This can be caused by inflammatory breast cancer, a particularly aggressive form of the disease. Other symptoms include skin thickening or redness, breast warmth and itching, nipple changes, nipple discharge, or pain. American Cancer Society also states that more often than not, breast sensitivity occurs during a woman's menstruation cycle, but goes away once menstruation begins. Some breast conditions, such as mastitis, may cause a more sudden pain. If you have breast pain that's not related to menstruation, is severe and persistent, you should be checked by your doctor as soon as you can. So those are some symptoms that you want to look out for when you're examining your own breasts. Once again, it is not a substitute for actual screenings and clinical breast exams. You should have that conversation with your PCP to see what's right for you. If you want to get involved with bringing awareness to breast cancer, there's so many things you can do. You can check your event calendar through your Chamber of Commerce, your healthcare clinics, your hospitals. You can even see if you have a local American Cancer Society office where you live and see if they need help with volunteers. You can volunteer, you can donate, you can fundraise, you can do a number of things to help with against the fight for breast cancer. So this little video right here was my way of trying to help spread awareness, to remind women to stay educated, to be aware of their body changes, their any possible breast changes. I know makeup has nothing to do with breast cancer, but this was the only way I could think to help spread awareness, was by doing this little get ready with me. And it's all pink shadow, this little pink cut crease moment that I did inspired by Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer has that whole Think Pink ribbon campaign going on, so that's where this look came from. I do have a Halloween series coming up, but I really wanted this breast cancer awareness video to have its own spotlight, and so I hope you guys learned a little something, or at least were inspired or motivated to stay on top of your breast health. You know, self-breast examinations are super important. Remember to have those discussions with your primary care physician, ask those questions, have those uncomfortable conversations. If you're comfortable with it, good for you. I do know there's some women out there who might not be as comfortable, and that's okay, but you put you first, okay? If you do want to see how I got this pink cut crease moment, please keep on watching. Hey guys, before I jump into this look, I kind of want to share with you a little bit that I'm a little nervous to be filming this. I don't want to offend anybody who's affected or has a loved one affected by breast cancer. This is truly more of a awareness video, and this look is inspired not just by Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but by the millions of ladies and survivors and anybody affected by breast cancer. And so I just wanted to do this little think pink moment for you ladies. So I hope you can understand that, and hopefully I don't offend anybody, but yeah, okay, let's just jump straight into the look. Ooh, I'm so nervous. My fingers are like trembling right now. I really wanted to do this, I don't know, would you call it like a PSA or bring awareness to breast cancer. I think it's very important for any woman, young lady, to be very aware and get to know like their breasts and stuff like that. Self-breast examinations. I myself could be a lot better. I do it maybe once every other month or something like that. I'm gonna be honest, it's uncomfortable for me. I still feel like a little awkward doing a self-breast examination, but nobody's gonna know your breasts better than you do. You should still, at some point in your life, start doing annual breast examinations with your physician and mammograms and MRI screenings if needed. That is something you should definitely, that is definitely a conversation you should have with your primary care physician. So, just want to put that out there. Okay ladies, I'm gonna try to do a cut crease today. I did this look yesterday. On Fridays, I work at a hospital, like I mentioned before. We're wearing breast cancer awareness t-shirts, and I wanted to practice the look that I'm doing today yesterday, and for not enjoying doing a cut crease, I did one and it looked okay. So I'm hoping I can recreate it. So I'm gonna go with my Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyes. And I really tried using one palette yesterday, guys, because I just wanted to do one palette today, but I ended up dipping into like one other palette. My family's up and about, so you're gonna hear the dogs, you're gonna hear my parents, you might hear the TV, you might hear my sisters. So I'm gonna go in and prime my eyes and just put this Tarte Shape Tape everywhere. I feel like now that I'm like had that first part out of the way and I shared like I was feeling nervous with you guys, like the rest of this video is gonna go by a lot easier now that I shared a little bit of my insecurities. I'm feeling like a little bit more like myself. All right, she is blended, and why not just figure it there. I have a little like eye mask. Cute. So she is set. Oh, well, the primer's set, but I'm not going to set my eyes. What I'm going to do is start with my transition, and for this I'm going to use the 39S Such a Gems palette. You can recreate this look if you want. If you do, please tag me on Instagram. I would really like that. My Instagram information is below. I'd really love to see it if you guys do try it out. You use whatever you want to use. If you want to use one pink shadow, no pink shadows, just wear like natural glam with a pink lip, or I don't know, whatever. You do you. But this is the look I came up with, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and dip into a few other palettes to help me out. There is this light pink shade in Such a Gems palette called Pink Prize, and I put it on yesterday and it didn't have enough depth for me, which is this one, Pink Prize. So on the camera it's probably gonna look the same, but I might go in with Jeffree Star's Bubblegum, which is like maybe 1 or 2 shades deeper than Pink Prize. Right there, see them? These two pinks. Pink Prize right here, and that's Bubblegum. So I kind of like mixed the two, so I think I'm just gonna copy that same I'll copy that same technique again today. You can really hear Jeannie chowing down over there. Okay, so I'm taking a Morphe blending brush from one of their brush sets that you can get at Ulta. I don't know what the brush set's called, I can't remember. But I'm gonna go ahead and just start stamping that into my crease and kind of build it up. You're not gonna be able to see it much, but it'll really help when I lay bubblegum down because bubblegum is a little bit more deeper. I don't know, I thought it helped. Okay. Perfect. She's there. Okay, I'm going to take my Morphe M441 and go into Jawbreaker and pick up bubblegum and kind of place that on top of Pink Prize from the Morphe palette. So I like to start stamping kind of like from the outer corner and bring it in. So most of the pigment stays on the outside. So if it's like crazy pigmented, it's kind of out there and not all over. And then start blending it out. And as you can see, it really brightened up that pink. Okay, so the transition's down. I kind of want to pick it up a little bit higher. I'm going to go in with Bougie and go ahead and keep building my crease. See that? Sheet pink. I got an Amazon package. So with the same brush, I think I'm going to take Very Good. So I went in with Bougie, this hot pink, and I'm going to Very Good right here. That very pink color. And also build. And this is on an M433 too, in case I didn't mention that before. And then take the M441 and once again like buff it out for a nice gradient. Let me see when I get up close. That's a nice fade out, but like from right here it's just like light pink and dark and it looks like a harsh line, but I promise you it's not. This is Plums Up and this is Wine Not. I might go in with this one and then cut my crease and then cover the outer half part with that color. I think that's what I did yesterday. I'm gonna pick up Wine Not, which is the lighter of the two that I just showed you. Pick her up and just pat it out here. And then lightly try to take her in. Just very lightly. Okay, now comes my least favorite part. We're gonna cut the crease. Yay! I'm gonna take some more Tarte Shape Tape, put it on the back of my hand. Look guys, I am not good at cut creases. I am still learning. So forgive me if it's terrible. That's some other foreign word for terrible. I think it's French. So I'm picking it up on a Morphe M421. I'm just gonna kind of go across that. And look up. And half the work is done for me. Yeah. I already feel like I've been here forever. I'm just gonna kind of leave the outside blank right there, I think, because I'm going to kind of smoke that part out. So I'm actually gonna try to tug some of that pink eyeshadow from the outer corner and kind of dirty it up a little bit. One side done. I wish I could just like pull my face in half and have an ink blot of the work that I've already put in. Can I be done yet? Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna go in with Perfection and then that one. I'm gonna go in with dry shadows to place them down and blend them easier. So going in with Perfection. And just pat it. So I have it on the first part of my inner corner. Like I honestly took it just to the end of the white of my eye. And now I'm gonna go in with Oh Yes, which is that pretty ballerina pink. I went in with this pearl one. I'm going in with this one. And if it's not pigmented enough, because it does have like a jelly-like consistency, if it's not pigmented, I'm gonna go in with a different shadow. But we'll see. I'm just kind of wiping off my brush in between applications because it gets kind of sticky with concealer. Just kind of blending that over on top of Perfection. This eye is going to be so much more prettier than this one because this line was a lot more sharper. This one has some bumps. Actually, I think I'm just going to cover up that Perfection. Gorgeous, honey. And just take it to the middle part of your eye. Or I'm going to take it to the middle part of my eye. But since you're watching, we're kind of on this journey together, so we're going to take it to the middle of my eye. That wasn't pink at all. A little disappointed. You know what? We can fix this. Oh, don't you worry. We'll definitely be adding pink in here. Sorry, I keep going into all kinds of palettes, but this is the Norvina palette, and I'm gonna go in with Wild Child. See if we can pink it up a little bit. And kind of just go over the center part of my eye. Just kind of... Okay, so the part that I put Wild Child on, I'm going to flip it to the cleaner side and use the cleaner side to pull the other shade up and over. Just to see. Okay, give it a little bit more pinkiness. I'm going to go back into the Jawbreaker palette and pick up Cotton Candy, which is that metallic hot pink. Place it right over here. Okay, now that Cotton Candy's placed, picking up Wild Child again, just going back and forth between Wild Child and Cotton Candy to make sure I have that nice gradient on the cut crease. And that outer half, I'm going to pack it with Plums Up, which is that dark plum shade that I showed you from earlier. This one, this is going to go on the outer corners, and if it's not dark enough, oh, we'll make it dark enough. I'm going to take, clean it off, Beach Cosmetics 104 angled blush brush, and go ahead and pack that on the outer corner and just place it. I'm not going to blend it, just place it. Yesterday when I did the cut crease, I had made like a little tail at the end and I was so proud of me, but I don't feel like doing that today. Truth be told, kind of covered up that tail with this purple. And to blend that harsh line, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M433 that I used for Wine Up. And just kind of blend this outer half out. Not my whole cut crease, just this part, because it kind of looks a little harsh. Yesterday I was a little upset because I finished my cut crease. I was all excited and I was like, okay, I'm gonna head to work. And everything was done, and then I looked in the mirror when I was applying some Clinique tinted lip balm thing. I realized that I didn't highlight my brow bone. Nobody else recognized it, but I realized that I did that and I was so upset. First world problems. I think we're done with the shadow. Cut crease finished. I'm so proud of me. Like, honestly, guys, cut creases for me are a struggle. Sorry I used so many palettes, but like I said, use whatever's in your collection. Like, you don't have to do what I did, but there's certain shades that I wanted for this look alone. Alright guys, now that I finished most of my lid, I'm going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe and clean up my under eye area and get ready for my base. Or like, yeah, work on my base, work on my face, whatever. You know what I meant. Okay, so I'm just going to lay my foundation down. I'm not going to apply any concealer. I'm not going to do any extreme highlighting or baking or anything like that. I'm just going to do my basic face routine, lay some, I already have moisturizer down and primer down. I use my retinol moisturizer and my Neutrogena SPF. And I used NYX pore filling primer or something like that, just on my T-zone area right here. So I'm going to take my Tarte Amazonian Clay in light medium neutral. Once again, I did not color match this to my, like, I didn't do my own color matching. I put the fate of my skin in other people's hands. Unless it's skincare, then I put that in the fate of the hands of my dermatologist. But for foundation, guys, girls, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I trusted people to match me. I don't trust myself. I cannot put foundation in my ears. I'm sorry if my ears are a completely different color than my face, but I don't know. I know some people do, I know quite a few people do, just for the sake of color matching, but I don't know, it just kind of grosses me out. So I kind of have like a harsh line from the makeup wipes. I went too far up. So I'm just going to take this and kind of like twirl it in my inner corner, and it kind of buffs out that harshness away, or any like extra pigment. And I always put too much on my forehead, so I always pat it on my cheeks.
I had to get the flu shot this week. Kind of hurt. Well, it didn't hurt. I was freaking out. Anybody who knows me and saw me that day saw that I was being a big baby. I can't help it, guys. Kind of freak out. But shout out to the lady. I don't want to say her name in case she doesn't want to be mentioned, but she had the hands of an angel. So I passed out my my goodies this week, all the little spooky erasers. I ended up making like boo pops. I took about Tootsie Roll pops and blow pops and stuff like that, and like covered it with a little Kleenex and tied it off and drew little faces on them, and passed them out along with like the pencils and erasers. And it was just so awesome, like passing it out and making people like just a little bit more happy. And some people were like, why? And I was like, because it's October 1st. That's enough reason to celebrate. Weather's changing here in the valley. That's an even bigger reason to celebrate.
Now that my foundation's down, I'm going to go on my MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder Foundation in the shade NC25. And I'm going to set that with my Sigma F30 powder brush. She's a little dirty because I used her yesterday. She will definitely be getting a bath tomorrow. I'm just going to pick up and stamp. I don't like to really blend until I have like everything covered in powder, because I hate the feeling of like the the brush hair is tugging on wet foundation. Ugh, grosses me out. Okay, now it's all covered, and go ahead and buff out down my neck. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Lo-Fi 8L palette. I'm trying to show the mirror. And for this one, honestly, guys, like, I dip into every powder here, just kind of mix them up as far as the bronzers, and warm up my face that way. Just mix them up just so I can use it, especially that light one. I have to mix that light one in with like some other bronzer because I can't even wear that as a transition shade. Okay, now that I've warmed up my face, I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm using this Too Faced Sweetheart blush in Perfect, oh no, Sweetheart Flush Blush, and the shade is Something About Berry. So looks like that. This has a nice little dip in it. I remember when I was like dipping in this every day up until Peach Bellini came out, and then we kind of broke up for a minute. Sorry if I haven't been looking at the camera. I look at like myself and forget to look at the actual lens. Okay. So going in with a natural hair angle fluff brush from Morphe, I'm going to pick up that blush and stipple it. And sometimes stippling works on its own, like I don't have to buff it out. Sometimes I have to buff it out, so we'll see. But I usually like to stipple my blush on first. So pretty. I love the whole process of makeup, you guys. Like, I don't know if I can pick out a favorite step. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Show Gold. So as you can see, when the light hits it, it has a nice little pink shift to it. So that's what I'll be using to highlight. And I love to highlight generously. You don't have to. You can skip highlight if you want. Not judging. I love this one, guys. I love it. And as you know, I like to go over the apples of my cheeks. Take it up my temple so when the light hits, this whole thing is highlighted. And I like that little alien, extraterrestrial, sorry, effect. I just love like when the light hits and it's like, boom. That's just me. That is just so pretty. Okay. So now that I've done all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I'm gonna go in with my usual with a spoolie brush, my large angled brush from Coastal Scents with my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette in the shade Crave, and just fill in my eyebrows. Not sponsored. And now that brows are done, I'm going in with Urban Decay Rockstar eyeliner, and I'm going to put this my waterline and in my lash line, my lower lash line. Going in with a BH Cosmetics 105 Natural Hair Pencil Brush, I'm going to blend out that gel liner. And over top of that, I was going to go back into the Gems palette, but since I'm over here, I don't know if I should go in with Cherry Wet or Raspberry. I think I'm going with Cherry Wet up here. Are we liking it so far, you guys? Okay, now we're finally gonna highlight the brow bone with Jawbreaker, which is this white shimmery shade right there. Highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. Now that my brow bone and inner corners are highlighted, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with my Mario Badescu Rose Water, and I'm almost done with it, so I'm so happy. Project Pan 2019. I have a hard time, like I always scrunch my eyes, and I should just really learn how to relax my face. But sometimes the scrunching comes not from like the water or the spray like hitting my face, it comes from me trying to like pump it, because now that it's like getting near empty, it's kind of being a pain in the butt to pump the solution out. So I kind of like pump aggressively. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply eyeliner and liquid eyeliner, mascara, and lashes off camera, but let me show you what I'm going to use before I do. Okay, so to line my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced sketch marker, and then after I line my eyes, I'm going to go in with mascara using the NYX Doll Eye Mascara. I love this mascara. And then I'm going to go ahead and curl them, and after I curl them, I'm going to apply Kiss lashes in the style Flirty with my Duo Dark Lash Glue finish. I'll be right back, you guys.
And we began to rock, steady, steady rocking all night long. And we began to rock, steady, rocking till the break of dawn.
Okay, lashes are on. These are the Kiss Flirty lashes. The eyeliner came out kind of thick. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of the Too Faced sketch marker. It just kind of bleeds a little bit crazy. I don't know. My favorite personally is the It Cosmetics Superhero Liquid Liner. That is my favorite. It is foolproof. It does not bleed. I don't know. I love it. But I guess the eyeliner isn't too bad. What do you guys think so far? I was laughing like a crazy person out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a lip. If you want like a super simple lip, you can go in with something like this. I don't think they have this product anymore, but it's Pink Honey by Clinique. It's just like a tinted moisturizer. Let me show you guys. I showed this in my September favorites. You can go in with like a patent pencil from MAC. There's one called Spontaneous that has like a pink tint to it. Like more like a raspberry, I guess. No, not raspberry. Magenta, maybe? It's definitely a cool tone pink, the one I'm talking about, the MAC one. See, it's just something super simple. I think I might actually stick with this, but if you want to do something a little bit more glossy, let me show you. Let me just wipe this off. I mean, you could pair this with anything. I know sometimes there's like another rule of thumb out there that's like if your eyes are super dramatic, you want to do nude lips so it doesn't take away from the eyes. Vice versa, if your eyes are super simple, you want to do like a pop on the lip. But for me, you can do whatever you want. Like if you want to pair a plummy lip with this, be my guest. If you want like a hot fuchsia pink to pair with this, be my guest. A baby soft pink, be my guest. I really like glossy lips, so what I'm gonna do for this lip is line the outer parts of my lip line and leave the center open and kind of bare, and just kind of blend out the lip, and then put a pinky gloss in the middle. I love a glossy lip. But once the weather really cools off here in the valley, I like to switch it to a matte lip. But during like the hotter days, I love a glossy lip. I don't know why. There's something more moisturizing. I mean, you need moisturizer all year round, but I don't know how to explain it. Okay, like that. Blend out the edges. So I have lip liner and the center is still pretty bare. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the Selena Bitty Bitty Bum Bum lip gloss from MAC. Pop it on the center. Oh, really? All over my lip, really. And you see, that's cute. And I like more gloss on my bottom lip than I do my top. Kind of lets your natural lip color peek through with a little bit of a pinky nude, so it's toned down. Like I said, you can pair whatever lip you want. Now that I have this on, I think I'm going to keep it on, but sorry, I'm trying to get off this eyeliner off my hand. Like I said, you can pair any lip color that you want with it. You can go dramatic, you can go simple, you could go no lip color at all, maybe just like some lip balm. I personally, now that I have on this lip gloss and the lip liner combo, I'm just going to leave it on. But I would have preferred to have just gone with this Clinique Honey Love. And I don't think this color is available, but let me show you the dupe I was talking about. So that Clinique one isn't available, and I do have a dupe. This one's the Patent Polish Lip Pencil by MAC in the shade Spontaneous. This one does have very little shimmer, I believe, in it. Or maybe it doesn't, but it's a little bit more pigmented. You can keep it super sheer if you'd like. You could also build up the color, much like this one. This one's super sheer and you can build up the color. This is the only thing that's like pretty similar. Oh, actually, this is way more sheer. See, this is the Clinique one. This is the MAC one. But the MAC one, you can like literally dot it on. I'm gonna dot it on right there. See? So this is the MAC one, and I just like dotted it on. And then when you blend it out, it's super simple. You could also build it up, and this is the Clinique one. So it's a pretty good dupe substitute since the Clinique one isn't available anymore. Hey guys, sorry if you hear some background noise. My parents are watching a movie, and if the camera's wobbly, it's because it really is. I'm holding it by hand. I completely forgot to film the outro part. I did change my outfit to a floral tank top that you can't see, and this pink cardigan, which you can. So yeah, this is a completed look. I hope you liked it. I hope the introduction inspired you or motivated you to be a little bit more aware about your breast health, and maybe motivate you to start doing breast self-exams if you haven't already, and start that conversation with your PCP. My mouth's a little bit watery right now because my mom bought these little chamoy covered apples. Delicious. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!